Hello everybody, it's SuffolkBlue, all the way from merry old England. How the devil are you? I hope you are well. Welcome back to Minecraft, welcome back to the Direwolf20 mod pack and the Viva Variety server. Hit completely the wrong button. Today, now I need to talk to you a little bit about the last episode. If you remember last episode, we began to build a wisp spawner in the shape of two pyramids put together. Now Digi very thoughtfully put on my comment to the last time, actually that's not going to be good enough because you're going to get a lot more wisps outside than you are inside because you're not going to be able to make that critical mass. So we need to make it bigger, and that's what I've been working on. I've just come back over this side because I had to empty off, and also I had a bit of a disaster with my wood farm. I put in some deep storage units to try and deal with an amount of apples, and just to show you, it's ridiculous, 62,000 apples, 187,000 stored wood. Now what I did is I don't know why, I accidentally turned off the bottom of this barrel, which of course meant that we weren't feeding any of our power units. So as you can see, all of the power is now off. There is no power. Nothing's working. This stirring generator, this redstone furnace, will be fine. It will soon catch up with itself. And you can see it's already starting to pump charcoal into all of these units. It'll take probably about half an hour to get itself back up and burning. So we're going to leave it because there's nothing we can do. There's no point trying to charge. Luckily, before I logged out, I did charge up all of my tools. So we have full sets of tools. Now let's go and show you what I mean. The hell is that? Oh. Now, let me tell you, this is, now who could this be? MCD? MC Deathlimbs? Now he said to me, I'm going to leave you a gift, and I thought, because of my other video, which was a prank video, which showed RJ and I pranking the Digimaster, I assumed he was going to leave me something nasty to clear up, like some sort of prank, but actually he hasn't left us. I'm going to leave that. That's like modern art. That can stay there for now. Unless he's put something else around a little bit more offensive. But MC, we're going to have to talk, mate. We're going to have to talk about your name. You're going to have to get more nasty on this server, mate. You're going to have to be a little bit more nasty because the big bad Digimaster, he will swallow you whole. Yes, this is the farm. You can see everything's stopped working. There's no power. Everything's grown. There's no, I'm assuming there's no seeds going in there because that's empty. Yeah, there's no coal. So we've got loads of seeds, but absolutely no charcoal going in there to burn it all. So that's stopped. We will work on the spire at some point. Don't panic. The spire's not been forgotten about. But I do need to work a little bit on the inside stuff because we're looking to work towards a goal in Thorncraft to go into the next dimension. And I need to work on some of these things before we do that. Now, if we go back over here then, let me talk you through... Whoops. So what we're going to do is we're going to make this a lot bigger. You can see that I've lowered the floor. In fact, I'm going to lower the floor another level, I think. And what I'm going to have is I want a 9x9 cube in the middle with the pyramid on top of the bottom, probably is what I'm going to do, with some microblocking around it to make it look like it's being suspended. Below, you can see through the floor, our hungry node is busy away down there. In actual fact, if we go and have a little butchers at that, you'll see that it's now quite big. It's a pretty huge beast. It's probably about 1,000 in there now, because we are feeding it at about every 2 seconds it gets something. So what I'm thinking of having as a thought is having a lead. Now I'm using cobble at the moment. It doesn't matter it won't be cobble in the final design. Is to have a ledge all the way around at the level where we drop down, because I didn't mind that level. I think that was a fine level to drop in on. We'll take it out. I probably ought to take these out now because I'm going to need these at some point. And we can just put that back. And you see that I was looking at marble walls around here as well, thinking about what that would look like. I quite like that as a look and feel. But I wanted to do something bigger then, because I do need a sort of critical mass of wisps to be able to fuel everything. So there we go, that puts in like a ledge. Now I could run a walkway through here, but I'm not going to. Instead, what I shall probably do is have something in these spawners. This is obviously a full space spawner. I could go round it, I suppose, like so. And that just means that we can get around the base easy enough without flying across the middle, because the middle is going to be still dominated by this huge wisp spawning creation, which I haven't as yet redesigned. So yeah, so in the center here, from the central point, we are going to go deeper. I think we're going to have to go deeper. I don't want to go all the way down Let's go down 2 more. I think let's just knock that out. I think we could do down 3 more. I suppose. Let's go down 3 more. The trouble is, it doesn't get rid of dirt, which is annoying. So we have to use a little bit of wand magic. Okay, so let's just run across. So yeah, what we're going to have is we'll have a much bigger full 9x9 square, hopefully, with then some microblock decoration on top. That 9x9 square will then allow us to focus the energy, or focus the wisps, sorry, into a single place, which in turn will allow us to more efficiently murder them for their essences. Then what we're going to need to do is think a little bit about how we automate getting these essences into furnaces to fill up. And actually we're getting marble, which is really useful because we're going to need marbles. Now I don't want to break up, I also thought about this, making this room bigger. I didn't want to break up the corner towers. I almost like those as these big pillars. So we're going to keep that, I think. Let's just run along here as well. I have to say, a sledgehammer is... I love modded. I know I have said that we're looking at joining the V4V, and we will be looking at joining the V4V vanilla server, but I will desperately miss these sorts of tools. Because as a builder, rather than a a fighter or a UHC or whatever, the ability to dig things out very quickly and build beautiful things normally requires a little bit of mod work. So I am going to miss that when we start doing some of the vanilla stuff. But we will do vanilla because it's part of the game. That's the whole point. Okay, so we can go... We can zoom these out, probably. Oh, we also had some silverfish. I got some monster eggs down here, which unfortunately I wasn't aware of and got hit a couple of times. But luckily my runic shielding was more than a match for the little silverfish, but that was annoying. Although I can now morph into a silverfish, which is cool. Ah, we've got some more crystals. Entropy ones, I think. Or was they order? Didn't quite see, but never mind. They were entropy. Let's get rid of these. Now, we could open up underneath the spawner. I'm wondering whether we could open up almost into the hungry node area. Oh, there's some more crystals. Excellent. Just so it's sort of... Because now the inspiration for this is coming a little bit from an old film many years ago, back in the 80s, I think, which... Oops, I've managed to dig through that. I didn't want to do that. Which was puppetry in nature, sort of a split between puppetry and live action. And it was called the Dark Crystal. And I don't know whether that's still available, whether you can even still see that, but it's a very old film, lots of puppetry. Jim Henson, I think, was the creator. And the Dark Crystal was like a crystal that sort of hung. There was a crystal that sort of hung in midair underneath the sort of science lab, which they were using to drain the life essence from gelflings, as they were called. And I sort of want to do that sort of hanging effect here as well. Now, Digi has suggested that we could use Britannia glass for the actual glass of the pyramid. Now, I don't know whether Britannia glass will work on carpenter's blocks. I'm going to have to be honest. Am I full? I am. Luckily, I have got a little goldie bag of carrying, so we can just transfer this all over here, which will give us a full inventory to pick up and continue to pick up all our good stuff. Yeah, I'm not sure whether Britannia glass will actually go into carpenter's blocks, which is what we're still going to be using to do the prism and the gemstone itself in the centre. But if you can imagine what I want to happen, and let's just dig this out because it will be easier to see what I mean. I'm going to use microblocks again, very similar to the way that I used them with the chandeliers up at the main building, but I'm going to use that fantasy block chain effect to almost look as if we're chaining. Now where's that hungry node gone? There's the centre. Have I lost it? I think it's there. Always mark the centre, that way it's easy. What was I saying? Yes, so we're going to use that fantasy block chain to almost look as if we've chained this crystal floating in midair. Almost as if it's hanging in midair. Just an effect, and then also potentially looking at see how we can get some effects, some lightning type effects or some sort of effect using maybe some other mods to do that, just to give it a bit of atmosphere, a bit of feel. Let's get rid of this bit. What's that? Aha! we have found our first mine station. Interesting, I'm glad that's there, that's good to know. Because we can investigate that, actually, we don't have to ignore it, but let's just carry on with what we were doing to start with. Yes, so this is going to hang in midair, this crystal. We'll have to find out, figure out a funny, sort of clever way of getting our spawner into the middle of it. Because obviously we'll have to somehow, the 9x9 cube, I want to really have the spawner in the middle, and it may be that we have almost like a filament, like a light bulb filament, which runs through the centre of the crystal maybe, and that's the thing that's powering the spawners and all the bits and bobs that are in there, and the pipe work that we're going to need to get stuff out. Let's just put in, we need to go get some torches in a second, because we are going to get mobs in here. Let's get rid of this, we don't need this. But I really do think that's probably deep enough now to fit everything in with a bit of space either side. So it's going to be a bit of a whopper of a room. Doesn't normally, obviously, if you're making an ordinary spawner, you wouldn't make it this big, but we're not making an ordinary spawner, we're making art. That's what I like to call it. Could also be making a mess by the time I finished. Good. So that's the sort of depth. So you can imagine you're going to zip down here. The crystal is going to be in the middle there, floating from the bottom up. A bit like an emerald shape that we have, yeah? So the flat sides, with the, which is where the square is going to be, and then the 9x9 pyramid at the top there. We could micro-block the flat edges as well to give it a bit of texture. I suppose I really ought to just have a quick peek in this mine shaft just to see how extensive it is. I knew there was a mine shaft under here, because sadly with chunk loading you're able to see it, so I knew it was there somewhere. Oh, I'm dying of starvation, that's not clear. Oh, it looks like the farm's kicked off again. Oh no, still not. Oh, the farm has, but you can see the crops have been harvested. But we're just not getting through the wood yet, that'll happen. MCD, look at that. Bless him. Right, let's quickly go and have a bit of an empty out, but we are going to need some torches. Oops, I was going to say I didn't think I made it through there in time. There we go. Let's get rid of some of this, and let's just see how our energy situation is doing. I need really more space is what I need. Yeah, already running out of space. This is not so good. Have I got any torches in here? 64 torches. There we go. So we can go and have a quick look at this mine shaft before I fill it in, or at least close it up. Let's just check power and see how we're getting on. Still filling up the generators, nothing going in there yet, it's all just sort of powering stuff up. It takes a long time to power this whole system up again. It's my own stupid fault. Never mind. Never mind. Let's go and have a check out this mine shaft. Let's fly over here. Yes, so we are going to get the turret, the spire done. I've got a plan for that. That's in my head now. I had to have a little think about how I was going to do that to make it look right. I'm not going to spoil the surprise, but I have got an idea now in my head. Right, let's go and have a look over here. Well, let's first and foremost, let's put some light around this main area anyway. Because you know we're going to end up with some beasties if we're not careful. Not ideal. Let's put one there. And one there, one there, one there, and one there. That should be okay. Let's go and have a look and see where this goes. One assumes, as I say, it's just an ordinary standard, bog standard mine shaft. It doesn't go very far, is the answer. Oh, there we go. Well, at least we shouldn't be able to get lost, because there will be a whopping great thing below us that's going to be glowing an awful lot. I don't want to get too far away though. I'm stuck in cobwebs. Hold on. Oh, lag. There we go. There are bats down here at least. Now, if there's some spawners down here, that could be quite useful. What's that? It's a peg. Hello. I have now. You've got your mine bag on and everything. So this is a Pex mine. Oh, how awesome would that be? Now I need these because they have a focus. If you kill enough of them, I'm afraid we will have to kill them. But having one... Uh-oh. Did you hear that? I heard that. That's that peck, isn't it? Okay. Let's come over here. So we've got Aubrey bushes over there by the looks of it. Oops, didn't want to do that. Let's get some torches down. We have got some Aubrey bushes. That's useful. Gold, very useful. Oh, yellowite even. Bet better if you were using big reactors, but we're not planning to do that mod yet, I don't think. Well, we might do, but there we go. So we have some yellowite ore. There's our Aubrey bush. Let's light this up. Oh, there's lots of them. Oh, awesome. Essence bushes. I like that. Let's go down here. Let's have a little look about. Now, this could be quite an extensive cave system, so I don't want to go too far away, but I do want to lighten it up before I come through here and just completely destroy. But you can see on the map, actually on the mini-map, there's quite a large area. Ferrous ore. Oh, careful. So that's a dead end. That's a dead end. This is a dead end with just the ferrous ore. So there we go, that's all a dead end. We can go back up here. Good to have them though, it's useful. Yeah, this is going to be quite a big and extensive. We've got some ore bushes there, some aluminium ore bushes. Granite. Yeah, so there we go, we've got a bit of a mine system under here. Somewhere for me to come and probably have off camera and go through and just map it out a little bit. That's the yellowite we just saw. Should be able to find the base pretty easy by looking for some of these. Let's just shut off this water, make it easier. Yep, so there's the hungry node. There's the little peck man. I'm quite pleased to have found one of them though. As I say, what we need is to kill them to get the foci. Once we get the little green peck foci that they hold, we can do things with that in terms of Thorncraft. So this is like a little Thorncraft mine, then that's really useful. Anything down here? I haven't seen any chests yet. Oh. Yeah, I'm going to run out of torches in a minute. Oh, I just clicked something, I think. That's the dropper for the hungry node is what we can hear. That clicking. Almost out of torches. This is a long corridor. Anything down here? Nope. Empty. Well, there we go. We found ourselves a mine, which, as I say, I think I'm going to leave a little bit as natural as possible because it's a peck mine. It'd be quite good to be able to harvest some pecks and get them in here. Because I just think that would be cool to have like a proper Thorncraft mine underneath the Thorncraft Cathedral. It sort of makes sense now as to why the cathedral's where it is, yeah? Hello, little man, I'm not going to kill you. You're sort of safe. Making lots of funny noises, but you're sort of safe. There are some zombies on this map, so we know there are zombies around. Looks like there's been a bit of a cave in here. Let's just have this open up. Ah, that leads up to my base. I'll show you this in a second. How fantastic. I didn't realise I was quite so close to it. Let's not lose this while I'm here then. Oh, I have just... Now, do you know what? Having said that, I literally have just lost where I put it. I think it's here, isn't it? If I go down here, there's that node here, yeah? If I fly straight upwards... Ooh. And then what have I got to do? I've got to go... Oh, how did I do this? Oh, that way. That's right. Up again. Up again. Keep going. And then if I break this... Welcome to my base. Brilliant! So there we go. I've now got an express escape route from... I better put that back. From getting in from the mine. So we found some mines. That's very useful. We've got a peck down there as well. But I'm going to carry on off camera then on the Wisp Farmer again, just to get that back into a similar position it was in at the end of the episode where I made it. To MCD, me and you are going to have a chat about how to do pranks, mate, because that's not really a prank. It's just giving me resource. But thanks. And these are reeds, obviously, because MCD grows billions and billions and billions of reeds, so he's made them out of the most abundant material he has. Bless his heart. I love it. MCD, I might keep that there, as I say. There's no reason for me to get rid of it. It looks pretty good. Thanks so much for watching. If you've liked this episode, please leave a like. If you're thinking of subscribing, but you're not a subscriber yet, please hit that subscribe button and come along on the journey. It'd be great to have you with us. Remember, this is the V for Variety server, so there's more than just me on here. There's people like MCD who don't prank very well. Please check out my description. All their links are in that description. Go and look at their channels and throw them a like as well. But from me, SuffolkBlue, from our I don't know what we're going to call this, the Dark Crystal room. If you don't know about the Dark Crystal, I might put a link to that as well, just so you know what I'm talking about. But from there, from the Dark Crystal room, you take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time.